not sure what's happening with YouTube. Okay. I'm still trying to familiarize myself with YouTube live stream. Okay, I can see that people are joining in the room now. Guys, I'm invited to this YouTube live stream, and I have to go live on YouTube because I want this webinar to be available for everyone to see. So looks like I'm even trying to do it both ways. Okay, I need to tilt my screen. Perfect. If you're here and you can see me, please drop a comment. If you're here on YouTube and you can see me, please drop a comment. Drop a comment. Okay, great. You can see the count has increased. More persons are joining. So I'm just going to hold on for maybe 5 more minutes. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I may just continue with the 5 persons that we have here and we'll call it a day. Okay, so we would continue. Okay, all right, so I believe that others will join us along the way. I just have to do this live stream. I don't want no excuses. I'm not fully settled. My house is even currently under renovation, and I tell you I'm not going to move this. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I can see our count has gotten to 10. We have 10 persons on the stream now. So guys, I actually think, because let me just tell you guys what's happening right now. So I'm currently struggling to figure out what's happening in my YouTube live stream. I can go live on YouTube. That's normal, that's fine. I can just tap the live button and go live. But I want to share my screen because I want you guys to see my slides. So I tried using a live streaming app, and I think right now there's 2 live streams on my YouTube channel. One of them has the slides, and then the other one, you can see my face in my other room. You can see my face, you can see my background. But in the other live stream, you're not able to see, you're just seeing my patient. But we're just going to move on, because I can see you guys have joined. So first of all, I want to say thank you for joining this live stream. Thank you for registering. I'm very pumped, like I'm super pumped to share with you guys what I have to share. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I wish someone had done it for me. I wish someone had told me, because to be honest, like I feel like I lost some time, beating around the bush and wasting time doing what I shouldn't have been doing in my business. So because I now know that I am, led to share, be open as possible, other hairstylists, so that you guys can save yourself time. And I've shared this before in one of my live streams, that part of the vision for my business is to impact other hairstylists, to service customers properly, but to make sure that other businesses are impacted from my business. So you can see the reason why most regularly I do live streams. I do a lot of live streams on Instagram, but Instagram ran our account last month, and we're trying to recover it. Our account was suspended. Okay, so let's move on. So welcome to the webinar. I would like to know where you guys are joining from. The only challenge is I may not be now, but please drop in the comments where you are joining from. Are you joining from Nigeria? Are you joining from Ghana? Where are you joining the live stream from? Are you joining from Lagos? Are you joining from Port Harcourt? Are you joining from the UK? Where are you joining from? Are you joining from Germany? We have people joining our live streams from all over, and I'm very happy about that. Oh yeah, I can see the comments now. Beatrice Tilda says she's joining from Ghana. Hi, I think I know Tilda very well. Tilda is one of my students. Welcome, Tilda. Franca said she's joining from Port Harcourt. Okay. Who else is here? Please let us know where you're joining from. Where are you guys joining from? I'm yet to see another response. We have more than Beatrice and Franca in this room. We're about 20 something from what YouTube is showing me on this live stream. So please, the rest of you, where are you joining from? Okay, so we're just going to move on. So I want to start by introducing myself. If you're not seeing my stream, you know what I'm going to even do after this live stream? I'm going to, post my I can share my, what's it called again? I can share my presentation with you guys in case you are not seeing it. If you're on the parts of the YouTube where you're not seeing my presentation, I would share it. To keep using YouTube until I figure it out. I don't want to use Zoom anymore, because one thing about Zoom, the moment the subscription expires, you're not able to watch the replay, and that doesn't work for me. So YouTube all the way. YouTube is easy. I can just hop on YouTube. The plan is to also reach more people. Like I said, one of the visions for my business is to reach out to hairstylists and help them in areas where they may be struggling, as I am led. Emphasis on as I'm led. So I was led to do this like 2 weeks ago, and I said, you know what, I'm just, regardless of the fact that I don't have access to my Instagram page for now, I'm going to find ways to reach out to people and tell them that I want to host a webinar. So let's move forward. My name is Doreen Perez, and I'm the founder of TheHairBusinessApostle. TheHairBusinessApostle is a hairstyling company. We have over 6 years of experience. Precious Aram such a journey from Tackled. Great, welcome, Yechi. So TheHairBusinessApostle is a hairstyling company that I've been running over 6 years. We've styled over 1,000 women. We've tutored over 1,500 women globally. If you notice, emphasis on women, we're going to get to my target audience. I built my business from scratch from 4,000 naira. Yep. and I'm on a journey to empower others to build and grow 6 to 7 figure businesses. How am I going to do that? Through my live streams, through my classes. Last year I held a free class. I think I held a free class physically, and I think Franca was in one of my classes. I also did an online version, although the online version was not, we didn't complete our class, because the students were not, something happened. I had an emergency, so by the time I came back to conclude the class, people were not really responding. So I decided that, you know what, I'm not going to proceed with the class. I just, the few information I shared with them, I left at that. So you can see that every single thing I'm doing is geared towards achieving the goal of helping other hairstylists. I also help other hairstylists through paid courses, not free classes. Empowerment is not only when it is paid for, it's not only when it is free. Some people empower other people even by offering them a part of their knowledge, even if they put a price tag on it. So that is me. I'm very happy to meet you that are here, even though you guys have refused to introduce yourself. So who is this training for? This training is for hairstylists, upcoming hairstylists, wig makers, wig makers, aspiring wig makers who are looking forward to, who want to be successful in their business, in their industry. This training is also for hairstylists who have been working for years, but they are struggling, like 6 figures, they are struggling to stand out. This training is for hairstylists who are tired of hustle mode. If you're tired of hustle mode, this training is for you, because there are so many things I'm going to share with you that it will rewire your brain. So let's move forward. So what we're going to be covering in this training is I'm going to be showing you a better way to look at your business. You're also going to be on strategies that you can use for the future use, the remaining part of 2024, and obviously 2025 is coming. The best time to even plan for 2025 is now, and I always tell myself that I plan for the new year 3 months before the new year starts. So also, one of the things you're going to be picking from this training is how you are supposed to be prepared for retirement. Okay, so I know a lot of hairstylists, we don't really hear this a lot, but trust me, retirement is very important. When I started my business, one of the things my mom was worried about, it was the fact that, oh, but this job, yeah, you're going to be making money, but what's the, when you retire, what's in it for you? At the end of the day, when you've worked for how many years, what's in it for you? And it made me, I sat down to think, because my mom is a very good planner. So that rubbed off, and I would now sit down and be thinking about, like, okay, what would I do? What can I do differently in such a way that 10 years to come, 15 years to come, working as a hairstylist, and I retire, I don't feel lost. I don't feel like I wasted my life. I wasted my time working, because my mom retired from civil service, and there's a retirement plan for her. She's covered. If you're a government retiree, you guys know that you often say they are getting paid their pension. So we're just going to move forward. So I'm going to paint a picture for you. I know you guys cannot see my slides, but I have a picture of 2 hairstylists. One of them is Sarah, and the other one is Teresa. Now, Sarah struggles to grow her business. She's a hustler. So this is how Sarah operates. Let me give you a picture. You can write it down. You shouldn't come for any training like this without this. There's definitely something that you're going to pick, and the best way to learn is when you put it down. So, excuse me, Sarah learns how to make wigs, and then she started taking jobs for wigs, anything wig related. She does a vision for her business. She has zero knowledge about business. When I'm zero knowledge about business, she goes with the flow. She just works with the flow. When customer call her, she go do job. She posts on social media every day with hopes that she's going to be growing. Every day people are following her on social media, so that's enough. And then she lives on survival mode. Yeah, she lives on survival mode. As time goes on, you see why. You will know the category where you fall into. So what's wrong with Sarah's idea of running a business? Number, anything goes for her business. Like, anything goes for her business. And another thing that is wrong with the method of running her business is that she's going to break down. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure that you can hear me. Anything can go wrong with her business. She can also break down, because she's just working around the clock. She's trying to make ends meet because she's usually broke. She barely has time for herself. There's a lot of things that are wrong with Sarah's pattern of running her business, but she's not aware of it. She doesn't even know that is a problem. And that's why this webinar, if you're in the category where you're like a Sarah, this webinar would open your eyes to how you can do things differently. So moving forward. Now, hairstylist is Teresa, and Teresa is a smart hairstylist. She's a 6 to 7 figure wig maker. She's 6 to 7 figure hairstylist. She's very business oriented. She works smart and she works with a strategy for her business. She has a vision. She's in demand, just like Sarah. Sarah is also in demand. She gets bookings, obviously. The only difference is Teresa has a vision. Teresa lives well and she impacts other people, not just customers, other people around her. There's a way you live your life, there's a way you run your business that you impact people. I know several times customers will tell me, oh, how did you learn about this? And then I get to show them, oh, how did you do that? Is impact. Okay, so we're going to move forward. So I'm going to ask you a question. Don't tell me the answer. If you accept, you want to share, which is fine, you can share. Okay, because I want it to show. I've been in webinars where while the session is going on, like I feel like God used the webinar to deliver me. So feel free to comment if you feel like any one of these is you. So I want to ask a question. Are you the first hairstylist or the second one? The first hairstylist is Sarah, the second one is Teresa. So are you Sarah or Teresa currently in your business? You can write it in the comments or you can share. So I used to be Sarah, right? I've just swiped to my next this I used to be Sarah years ago, and I know how to describe her very well because I used to be her, I used to be like her. And right now I am now Teresa because I changed my method of thinking. I changed a lot of things in my business. I have a clear business. I know what I want to be known for. I now make 7 figures regularly. Before I would be struggling to make 7 figures, but I make 7 figures regularly. I don't think I've had a monthly target that is not 7 figures. If any month we experience a slow month, it's not even up to 7 figures, it will be very close to it. So I'm able to carry out my projects and other stuff that I intend to do easily because why? Because I make sense and not just it's consistent. So one of my business coaches opened my eyes a few years back, and then I started seeing things differently, and then I started understanding how to stand out. Franca, thank you for being open. So you're going to learn how to be Teresa. It's always good to know. There's a scripture that says, I don't know if it's a scripture, but it's a very popular proverb. People always say, know thyself, to thyself be truthful. Don't ever lie to yourself, tell yourself the truth. I used to be Sarah, and the moment I knew that there was a problem, I started looking for solution. I looked for, I don't even know how to explain. I looked for solution. I looked for coaches. I used to always tell you guys, oh, one of my coaches. That was my life where I was constantly looking for what book can I buy to help me. What if someone coughs out? If someone in the beauty industry coughs out a book, a course, I'm there. If they're doing free webinar, I'm there. Like most of the things you hear me say, I got them awful. One of the ways to interact with people, one of the ways to tap into the mindset of people is to expose yourself to their materials. It could be a free live stream like this, it could be their books, it could be their courses, just anything. Even I used to go to their YouTube channel. There's one of my coaches, Stephanie, will be to her YouTube channel and I will sleep there. I'm there morning to night. I'll go to what's her name, Tolu Michaels, her YouTube channel. Tolu Michaels is not a coach, but I stay on her YouTube. I will just be watching her videos. I subscribe. So every single, in fact, I turn on bell notification. I want to know, be in the know. So Franca, thank you very much for identifying that you're Sarah, but you're going to move to Teresa. Okay. So remember I talked about, from the topic of this webinar, I said, how do you differentiate your business? How to differentiate it? The question now is how do you differentiate it? A few years back, I was live on Instagram and someone kept asking, how do I someone said the wig industry is saturated. The wig industry is saturated. I told them it is not saturated. But now, years down the line, I can see that it is actually saturated. To be honest with you, I think back then it wasn't even as saturated as this, but it was. And now that I'm saying that it's saturated, then what then is the way out? I think the reason why I actually told the person back then that it wasn't saturated was because I know for a fact that you can differentiate yourself. And that's what I did. And I'm still doing it in my business. The only difference is that I'm pivoting into newer things. So how do you differentiate your weakness? It's very important for you to differentiate your wig business because there's the saturation. Now, the wig industry is saturated and there are so many wig makers, but you can differentiate yourself. So I gave an analogy on my slides. I gave it with bread. There's so many companies that make bread. There's Nibbles, there is I don't even know names of bread because it's just from one brand alone. There are sometimes if I eat bread from a particular, I'll just be upset like, why did I buy this? This is trash. This is trash. Now that bread that is trash to me is not trash to someone else. You can see. So the bread, if you even walk into a superstore to buy bread, most you see lots of bread. Like you see them line up, so many of them, lots of bread. Guess what? Each of those companies, they make profits, they make money. That's why they keep, producing. That's why they keep the baked breads every single day. Now, if there is a bread, of which I know that there is a bread like that for weight loss, that bread is not for me. I'm not on a I'm not on a weight loss journey. I'm also not diabetic. I don't have a health challenge that restricts me from eating certain foods. So breads for people who are diabetic, breads for people who are on a weight loss journey, that's not for me. And then also on the other side, the flip side, someone like me who is not on a weight loss journey is not also ideal for someone that is on a weight loss journey. I don't know if that makes sense. So I hope that just normally by saying what I'm saying now, I hope it has rang a bell that this thing we call saturation is yes, it's saturated, but then like it's just a matter of thinking, like thinking capacity, being exposed to information. How then do you move in a saturated market? Now there are so many wig makers also, but you can differentiate yourself. And I'm sorry, I'm just reading from my slide so that I can send my message. So to differentiate yourself, we now brings us down to what I call market segmentation. You have to understand your market. You have to understand who you want to serve. When you understand who you want to serve, it helps you to know how to serve that person, because guess what, you know the person so well. So now let me explain. There are different types of segmentation, right? Different ways you can know your customers. You need to understand them. We call it segmentation. It's called I think it's called market segmentation, but I know them. I not really like attaching them to, but it's called market segmentation. So